So today we're going to have a little YouTube session on the best way that I know how to use it and how I like to use it. So I hope this works for you. Um, it is in your Google Apps over here, your icons, because you have one that's actually associated with your account. So if you go into YouTube, you can see that this is your account. You should have your icon over here with your picture. And as you can see, I have all kinds of subscriptions, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So if you click on your icon over here, you have a channel and you have a YouTube studio, and yours might say create channel. So if you need to create your channel, I actually added a video in here this morning that shows you how to do that because I already have one. So if you don't have one, it'll just walk you through going up here. And then I have a little text on how you can create your own YouTube channel if you don't have one. If you've uploaded a video, if you try to make a comment or do anything like that, it's going to force you to make a channel. So what your channel is actually a collection of videos that I have created. And I can go in here and I can show you. These are all of the videos that I have created or uploaded at some time. Now, I've been uploading for quite a while, about 6 years. So I've seen all kinds of versions of YouTube, and this one is actually really, really good. So Mark Robinson, yours does not show the same drop-down menu as you. Is this your icon over here on the right? And then you should have one that says YouTube Studio and one that might
No,
say,
my drop-down menu doesn't look like that at all.
what
It
does your,
says dark theme, language, English, location, United States settings, YouTube, data in YouTube.
so it starts down here at the bottom. See the bottom of mine? See, it says dark theme down here. So you have this stuff down here at the bottom.
Right.
Do you have this restricted mode at the bottom?
It says restricted mode off. But I don't see anything that you have at the top.
None of these right here. Can you log out of your account and log back in? And this says your school account right here?
Yeah.
Okay, are you on a Mac? Or
No.
are you on a PC?
On a PC.
Are you using Chrome?
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you try to exit out and go back in? So this is just going to give you a list of all of your videos that you have access to that you eventually upload. So this is where that you're going to find everything. Everything is going to be in your channel. Now, the YouTube Studio area will also give you a list of videos. These are your videos. This is where all the editing is going to happen. You can see that each of these have pencils. They also have the analytics that we were talking about. Now, I shouldn't have any comments because I have them shut off. And then I also have some other little options right here on the end. All of my videos you can see are public. You have some other choices besides public. You can make it unlisted. Unlisted means only yourself and someone else that has the link can see your video, or you can make it private. If you make it private, only you can see the video. Now you can see over here on the right, there's 2 views. I can see on each one. I can see if there's likes on it. So it does give you some feedback on videos that you have uploaded. But creating your channel should be pretty easy. The next thing that I want to talk about is your playlist. So I have a ton of playlists. This is what the playlist looks like inside of your YouTube studio. But I don't want, and I have to close this tab in order to get back to my YouTube. What I do, is I usually go back to my YouTube. How I create a channel is I find a video that I like. So I'm going to go in and I'm just going to search for, let's see, Jerry And none of these are exactly what I want. So let's just do Magic School Bus. So if I go into the Magic School Bus, I have all of these episodes. If I see an episode that I want to use or keep, so I'm doing a lesson on water, I would want to create a playlist for my students. So I would click these 3 dots and I would hit Save to Playlist. Once I go down here, I may not see where I want to put this. So if I'm doing a lesson on water, maybe I will create a playlist that says water. And I'm going to make this public. I need it to be public if I'm going to share it with my students. And then I would hit create. Over here on the left is where you would see your playlists and what videos are inside of them. So if I need to find another video on water, water cycle song, I would take the 3 dots again. I would save to my playlist. I would go to my water playlist and you can see down here, it's automatically added. You don't need to do anything else. You're just going to exit out of there. So Stephanie says, mine does not show my videos on my main page. I have to go into YouTube Studio to see any of your videos. Videos that you've created, Stephanie, because on my main YouTube page, I have none of the videos that I've created. These are not things I've created. It just says recommended. So these are things they're trying to guess that I like. Now, the one thing that you need to know is that if people send you videos or link you videos, they all show up in here. So for example, I have my email connected to my YouTube on my phone. Anybody that sends me a YouTube on my phone, it will actually fall into this playlist. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to make sure on your phone that you're not logged into your school YouTube account. And then it won't record what videos you've watched on your phone.
So Tiffany,
yes.
When I log into YouTube and I click on my picture to go to my channel,
yeah,
and like when there's the gray choices and you click on videos, where you clicked on your videos and you could see your videos that you've uploaded.
Yes.
Mine doesn't show that. It's completely empty.
Yeah, it's because you don't have it. Have you uploaded any videos yet?
I have uploaded videos since I was in the classroom.
To your YouTube account?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I can't see anything unless I have to like play around and move to like the YouTube Studio to find anything I've posted.
Well, all of my, so wait, let me go back. So when you go to your videos on the left on your homepage, what you're saying is those are not videos that you've put. This is not showing your channel.
Hold on, let me go in.
Okay.
I was in, but I can't. It looks different when I'm on split screen. So I'm on my YouTube. I'm on my channel.
Okay, so I'm just in my homepage on the videos, which takes me to a page that says channels. I didn't go to my channel page. Does that make sense?
So the home page.
Yeah, so when I was on the home page, I just clicked to the left on your videos.
Okay, so there I see them.
Okay. But when you go up under your name is what you're saying, when you go to your channel, then it doesn't show them to you?
Yeah, it says, basically, it says get started on everything, on my home page, on my videos. This channel has no videos.
Well, I'm thinking it forces you to create a channel. So when you click on your videos on the left, does it tell you any of these things here? Customize channel, does it have your name here?
Hold on. What, like where your picture is?
Yeah, so when I'm on the main YouTube page and I go down on the left to your videos, do you see your icon here?
Yes.
And it says customize channel here?
Hold on. Where would it say customize channel?
Right across from your name.
Yes, it does.
And does it say YouTube Studio?
Yes.
And it shows all the people below. I mean, all your videos below there. So when you're on, so in this area, it shows you all your videos, but when you actually go to your channel, they don't show up.
Correct.
That is odd. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Tiffany, we have several questions.
Okay.
Michelle says, Tiffany, can you show what you pressed before it went to the save screen?
Sure. So when you find a video that you would like, so I'm just going to pick a video down at the bottom, you have these 3 dots on the end of the video. Now, if you actually open up the video, there's another place. Sorry. It is right here is a save button. So if you're actually watching the video, it's the save button, and it will actually take you to your, to your list. If you're not in the video and you're just looking at the list area, it's the 3 dots at the end. You can.
I heard you say 3 dots, yeah, but I didn't see where you pressed. Okay, great.
Yeah. So depending on how you're looking at your videos, that's how you'll save it. Is there any more questions, Rachel?
Lauren had, I think, the same question. Can you go through the beginning of creating a playlist again? Christine says her save button does not work when she tries to save a playlist. I know that's the problem that I'm having as well.
Oh, Christine, so you may have a YouTube issue, which is a Chrome error right now. I'm wondering if that's what Mark's having too. His save button doesn't work.
Yes.
So Bill is actually working on that right now. There's apparently some kind of corruption that's going on with Chrome. So you may want to rewatch this later because I don't know. Bill's been researching it for what, a week now?
At least, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it says you're signed in, and then it won't let you save because it says you're not signed in. So.
Right. So my first suggestion, if it's not working, is you have these 3 dots up here on the top right of your Chrome. You're going to want to go to Help and About Chrome, and you're going to want to make sure that this is updated. And it will tell you. See, mine says it's up to date. So that would be my first suggestion, because that's what he told Rachel to do the first time, is to update her Chrome. Correct?
And yes. And the second suggestion is, I have so many browsers downloaded right now. The only one that it's actually working in is, believe it or not, Internet Explorer. So you might try using Internet Explorer for YouTube.
So if you guys want to open up your Internet Explorer today and try to use YouTube, that would be my best bet. But that's a corruption error that's happening right now with Chrome. Were there any more questions?
So Tiff, I just have a comment. When I clicked on my picture, I had to go under settings and I had to start my own channel, even though I have stuff uploaded and I had a channel before for whatever reason. So I was getting the same thing Mark was, but I had to hit settings and then start my channel.
Where was start your channel?
Right there where it says your channel.
Oh, right here?
Right, underneath your picture, it said something about start your channel. So I had to click on that. So I was doing that, and now I have a channel.
Okay, so Mark, you might want to try that. Go into your settings, and then right here underneath your picture where it says your channel, it should give you a prompt to restart your channel.
All right, or to create a channel.
Yeah. And I know you had one before, so I don't know. But like, there's been a lot of updates. I think you did it a couple years ago with Jason Yeagley. So that might be why. Now, there was also some question about in the GoGuardian, and I'm kind of going to show you what it looks like. So this is GoGuardian for those of you that have YouTube. I have a choice to open a channel. So like I have Khan Academy open, Disney Family, Go Noodle, Electric Company. So they all work on Chromebooks. Or I can do individual videos that people have requested from me. So if you have a certain person that you appreciate their videos, and Mark sent me some this morning. Let me see, unblock this video. So this was a channel. This is what I did.
In
so
this video, I want to give you a basic.
This was done by the Organic Chemistry Tutor. If I can go into their channel, I open all of their videos. I can open all of their videos. So I just go to their channel and I put it in there. And now every single video from this person is allowable to all of the students. So if you have a certain person that creates videos that you like to use, I can open the whole channel. So we don't have to do one at a time in GoGuardian every time you find one. So if you know that this is a school appropriate area person who creates videos for school, I'm just going to open the whole channel up for the students. So is there a question about that?
Just a comment. Tracy says that's awesome.
Yeah. So I have a lot of playlists. I also use this watch later a lot, just so you know. If I find a video that I just don't have time to watch right now, I'll put it in my watch later, and I'll know to go there and find some videos that I wanted to, but I didn't have time. It also keeps track of your liked videos, which is nice. So then you can go back into your history and kind of remember what you had watched at one time. Thank you, Mark, to let me know. Mark said that they're working on the error that you and he are both getting, Rachel.
Yes, thank you, Mark, because I've been wondering for a long time.
You also, one of the things that I really prefer is this history, because sometimes I will go in and I will watch a video and I won't save it and I'll forget where it was or what I watched. So I can go in and just look in my video and history, and I can find videos that I was watching and maybe I need to find that I couldn't remember what they were. And it will go all the way back. So it'll go back as far as you want to. And I've never cleared my history because I don't see any reason for it. But you could actually clear your history at some point so none of these show up. But that's an option also. Now, one of the things that I do is if I do find somebody that I really like their videos, I subscribe to them. So if you find a person and you have their videos, usually at the bottom is a subscribed button. I'm suggesting that you hit that subscribe button, and then it will actually tell you when new videos for them come out. So then I don't have to keep waiting for whoever to create a new video. I actually get a notification that so-and-so created a video on their channel, and I can go and view it.
But if you're having the issue, that's not going to work for you right now, again,
Right.
unless you go into Internet Explorer.
Right. So you'd have to be using Internet Explorer in order to subscribe to certain channels right now. Melissa, we didn't do a branding name, just so you know. I picked, did it make you do a branding name, Andrea? When you went into your settings?
Yes, it did. So I just used my own name.
Okay. Because usually,
since it's a work account, I just use my own name.
yeah, because when I suggest that when you create your own channel to begin with, that you use your own account. Now, I know that Jason Yema has set up a personal one that his is called Yema Nation that you can subscribe to. I personally don't do that. I don't think it's a good idea. It's usually not recommended from the county either that you do that. You just want to leave it in your own name because this is a school count. Okay, so any questions? You can see down here at the bottom, these are all the subscriptions that I have to different people that upload videos. So I have quite a few over here. Are there any questions about creating a playlist or creating your channel right now?
I don't see anything.
Okay. So we're going to go into uploading a video. So right here is where you're going to go to upload a video. Now I'm going to tell you that it is limited to 15 minutes unless you activate your go live or you verify your account. So it doesn't have to be 15 minutes. If you're limited to 15 minutes, it's because you haven't verified your account or you've never activated go live. Now I can tell you that I have gone to a few schools that wanted to do, and I'm going to give you an example of why they would want to go live. They were doing the spelling bee in a room in the library, and they didn't want any people in there. So they actually went live, and every single classroom could watch the spelling bee in their room because it was live. The problem is you have to activate your account 24 hours before you want to do this. So if you click on go live, it's going to make you walk you through some steps to activate your account. And then you're going to get here. Once you do all this, it will tell you, you have to be verified for 24 hours. So don't think that you're going to walk into some place and they're going to be like, hey, I want to live stream this into other rooms. It's not possible. They all have to be verified for at least 24 hours. So if I did this and I just called this test 1, okay, and I would have to choose, is this made for kids? Because if you choose it's made for kids, there's no ads that will pop up. If you say no, it's not made for kids, then there's probably going to be ads that pop up on your screen. You can actually schedule this to start for later. I've never done that because I always want to start it when I'm ready to start it, not to just open up and go right on its own. And then I'm going to say, yes, it's for kids. I'm going to hit next, and voila, it actually starts live immediately. Anybody that you share this link with, when you hit go live or share, can see you immediately. You're live and you can see my screen. I am the only one that can talk. There's no interaction. It's pretty much me doing a lesson. And then I can see up here how many people are on and what's happening. But you're all out there on your own. It's not like Zoom where you have other people and you can interact with other people. So I'm just gonna hit live. Can be hours. I think it's 2 hours, but I'm not for sure. I'm almost sure. And you can see I have spelling bees up here. I think Harding is up here. We did a few of them, but that's one way to sorry. Yes.
Tony wants to know, do we have to get videos we create okay before we can share them to our students?
Not as far as I know. You're the teacher, and we are assuming that you are using your teacher judgment to share with your students. So I believe if you schedule it, you still have to click to start it. Yeah, but I still don't trust it, Tracy. I understand what you're saying. I just never trust. I never trust the computer because they can make changes at any time and you just don't know unless you're being actively at the Google site knowing what they changed. So they make me very nervous because they give you things and take them away all the time. So yes.
Sorry. Gail wants to know, do your videos from live record for later viewing?
Yes, they automatically record and fall into your videos, your playlist. That should be in here. Come on. So I think it's, where did I put live? It might be down. But when you go into the live section, they're automatically archived into your videos. So yeah, you will be able to find them right in there.
Darlene would like to know, can I share my desktop with YouTube?
I've never done that, so I don't think so. I don't know if they've gotten there yet. And I've not heard of an update for that. Doesn't mean it's not possible with an extension. So I just use YouTube. YouTube Live is just live. It's what's happening live right now. It's not supposed to be used for like a pre-recording for later. You can do that, but that's not what it's for. So I would suggest that you use something else to record your screen. And I'm going to give you an example. So, and let me go back out to my YouTube. So the latest one that I did, the last video that I created, I used, and you can see here's the live that I just did. Now I'm sure that this is public and everybody can see it, so I would make sure I would want to delete that at some point. This creating a YouTube channel that I posted out there, I did this, but I did it in Screencast-O-Matic. So, or I did it in Zoom, I'm sorry. So this was just Zoom. I Zoomed this recording and then I edited it somewhere else. So all the editing that I did on this video was done in a different program, but this was just Zoom. I just recorded my screen through Zoom.
Paul would like to know, can you use an external camera or are you stuck with the webcam?
You can use whatever camera you want. It actually asks you in live what camera you want to use. Now, I'm also going to tell you your audio, if you are live, is stuck with the audio on your device. So if you have a small mic on your laptop, that's what it's going to be for a whole room. So for example, when we did the spelling bee, we actually brought in a mic and speakers to make it loud enough for it to be picked up. But I would suggest that you have some kind of external mic on your computer if you're going to be doing some kind of live and there's going to be people in the room or around you. Okay, so let's go to uploading a video. So when I go to upload a video, all I do is click upload video. You can do two things. You can drag and drop a file. So if I would pull something over and I don't save any videos to my desktop, because my desktop is where if my computer would crash, everything would go to die. So I always put them in my documents. So inside my document folder, I'm just going to go down to my Zoom folder. So today, 4-6, here it is. So here's my video for today. If you're looking for any kind of video, they're going to say usually MP4 at the end. They could also say, if you have a Mac, could say MOV at the end. So my bridges, I believe, is in here from yesterday. Do I see the word bridges? I don't. But it said MOV at the end, but there are more than one file type that you can upload. So I'm just going to hit open. As soon as I hit open on my file, it opens a new, now it's still uploading at the bottom. You could see down here at the bottom that it is still uploading. You want to give this a name and fill in whatever information that you want. And I just know this was a YRAC event from 2019. It was in the spring of last year. You don't need to use any of these thumbnails. Once your video loads, this is going to be the picture that people see when they go to your video. So once this is done uploading, you'll be able to choose the video that you want people to see as it's sitting there. Now, as I upload it, I can also put it in a playlist. So if I decide that this needs to be into a playlist, and I'm just going to put it into the Youngstown playlist, and then I decide, is this made for kids? Again, if this is made for kids, there will be no ads that pop up on the videos, and comments are disabled. Nobody can make any comments on the videos if that's what you choose. If I say, no, it's not made for kids, then you will have ads that pop up on your videos and people can make comments on your videos. So just be aware of that. Now, since this isn't done uploading, if I go to the next button, there are a couple things that you can add. You can add an end screen and you can add cards, but you are not able to do that until after your video uploads all the way. I usually don't wait for this because my videos are long. They're like an hour or so long. So it takes some time for this to upload. The last thing is visibility. When I'm done with it, I usually make it private until I do any editing that I feel is ready. So I always make it private because if I have any students' faces that show up in there, if I have anybody's names that may show up in there, I want to edit this video before anybody in the public can see it. So I usually always make it private and then I hit save. And you can see it's still processing at the bottom. See, it is not ready for anything. So if I hit close, it shows up here and then it's waiting. So I may have to wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I can tell you my Wi-Fi right now is very wonky. So it's been taking extra long to upload these videos. So you just need to be aware that this is not going to be a 2-minute process, especially if this is longer than in the video that I uploaded. I don't even believe it's very long. But if your video is an hour, if it's 2 hours, you better give it at least 25, 30 minutes for it to upload. And that's it, to include the processing that's happening. So is there any questions on uploading a video?
Darlene would like to know, can she upload her Zoom lessons here?
Yes, I would upload your Zoom lessons in here. And you just want to make sure that any personal information that you have, you want to be very careful when you're recording your screen that it doesn't show up. For example, right here, you can see my name is right here. If you watch some of my videos, you'll see that my tabs at the top are actually blurred out because I don't know who's going to watch this if I make it public. So I'm just very careful about what information I allow to be seen. So even my name here, if I leave this over here, people can search my YouTube channel by my name. So just be careful.
How do you blur them?
So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over blurring them. I'm going to go into editing in a minute.
And then Lauren says when she uploads from her iPad, she had none of those options. It uploaded, but then I had to go into my YouTube studio and click all the options.
That is true. The only way that you see those options is when you are actually uploading directly to YouTube in Chrome. So if you're on an iPad and you're uploading a video, I also used Screencast-O-Matic when I was doing some editing, and it uploads straight to YouTube. I have to make sure that I set them to private so I can go in and take a look at them before they become public. So just be aware, if you're uploading from your phone or you're uploading from an iPad, you do not have those options until you're done. Those are preset options, so you need to make sure that you go in and make it private before you, unless it's ready to go. If you do any editing offline before you put it up here, then it should be all ready to go. Was there any other questions?
No.
Okay. So I already uploaded this video right here. This is my creating a channel. Oops, I'm sorry, I wanted to go back a second. And you can see I still have the pencil. This is where I'm going to want to go to do my editing. So I'm going to click edit, and it takes me through. And again, I can put a description in if I want. YouTube channel 2020. So now I have a description in there. You also have this end screen button. If you're creating a lot of videos or you're creating videos that you would like your students to see, when you click on this end screen, it will actually, and I think I already have it up here, so it's not going to let me. I'm going to go into another one. I forgot I already set that one. The end screen will allow you to will lead them to other videos. I must have that one on too. So if I click that end screen right here where it says end screen, I'm sorry, I'm clicking so fast. I can pick this element where it will have your picture for them to subscribe to your channel, and then also leave a video here that they can go to. Or you can put 2 videos up here that you would like your students to go to. So it would have subscribe to my channel and then another video. Subscribe to my channel and then a playlist if you wanted a playlist to be included. So it's all up to you on what you want them to see, and then you can pick a video, and then I'm just gonna hit save. So now they can subscribe to your channel when it gets to the end of your video, and they'll be led to another video that you've created. So that's what that end screen means. You also have the more options on here. Usually when you upload from your computer, it will not put recording date. I always make sure I put the recording date in here because I want to know for myself. I also make sure if it doesn't have language, I put the language in here. If I made this for adults, I definitely disable comments. This is an educational video under my school account. I do not want to have comments in here. So there's a couple questions. Go ahead, Rachel.
Tony says, can you link your Google channel to your Google Classroom or webpage?
Yes, you can. And I would say you want to link the playlist, because your channel may have videos from year to year to year, but if you create a playlist, you may have a playlist in a certain order that you want students to watch the videos. And if you create a playlist or a channel, you need to share it with me if that's where you're housing your videos, and I can open it for the students.
And then Greg would like to know, is it possible for more than one person to contribute to a channel?
Yes. Yes, it is. You can have somebody else on your, and that's down here in settings. You can have somebody else moderate the channel with you. So those are my options that I'm going to keep right now. But over here on the left, I have some other options. So my editor, hang on one second. Sorry about that. That's what happens when we're recording from home. So here's the editor. It's really nice. The one thing I can tell you is you have this add blur at the bottom. If you plan on doing that with your videos, you need to open that first and do all your editing inside there. I'm not going to blur any faces. I don't need to. I can tell you over here on the side, this is how big or small I can make my video. So if it's at the smallest, it's your whole video that fits inside there. And this said that it's like 55 minutes. Okay. If I only want to see a small portion at a time, I can blow it up. This is just 1 minute of video. So up at the top, if I hit the play button, you can see it's moving pretty fast because I have this open so far. But if I slide it down, I can see it's actually not moving very fast at all. So today is Google Sites. So if I go through my video and I get to an area, like maybe I didn't want that in there, I can hit trim and you can see this blue bar shows up and I can drag the blue bar to the area where I want to trim it. So now my video would start here. Piece in the corner. If I don't want that, I would just drag it back and open it up. So if I get to another area, I have at the bottom where it says split. If I click that, it now will split it in the middle. See, I have this other blue bar, and as I drag it, I have this empty space. So whatever's in that empty space as it plays will be removed for fun. If I go to my insert and I want to insert something, I'm gonna move it up a little bit, on to the contrast to allow whoever is seeing this that has a visual problem to see what you have up here. So just know that these are over here, that you can choose the different colors of the background. So if I wanted the next one, and then it will just skip to your next section and keep playing. The reason why I would make this bigger is because I want to be exact. Maybe the area where I want to crop, I can't see exactly what I want to see. So I can, oops, cancel, sorry. I can slide this and make sure it's at the exact time that I want this to be in there. If I don't make this big enough, then I can't actually see the time that's inside here, and I may be not cropping it where it needs to be. So that's why you would want to use this slider bar over here. Now I'm going to clear these because I'm not trying to trim my video that I made. But if you have faces that you want to blur and I hit add blur, it's actually going to take you to another screen. This is where you're going to want to trim. You're going to want to trim everything inside of here and add blur. The blurring is very interesting. It tries to find the faces. So if I hit the edit, it tries to locate your faces and blur them. It is always not 100% accurate and may take some time to for me when I'm editing to make sure that those faces are covered up. So when you hit play, you may have to use move the blur box into the area so those faces do not show up. So I just want you to be aware of that. They try to be prescriptive and find the faces and cover them off, but if the person's moving in the video, it doesn't necessarily follow the person that is in the video to cover the faces exactly like they're supposed to be. So if you're done, you can hit save. And if I was doing a custom, see, I can select objects that I want to blur.
Today is Google Sites.
So if I go back a little bit, I move this back, come on back. I can actually select areas that I want to blur faces, and I can do that on my own. So as it plays, when it comes up, I can move these over the faces that I want to have blurred. And all I'm doing is holding down my mouse and I'm dragging across the people that I'm blurring. And then I would just hit play.
All right. So
And you can see that, I don't know if you noticed, right before I moved that, Mark had moved in the video and it was trying to actually follow his face. And then once they leave the screen, you can see a couple of them are already gone. They actually leave the screen. So these would have to be taken out later if they don't actually, but it tries to be prescriptive, like I said, and find the faces and cover them up for as long as it can. So if you're done, you're just gonna hit done. If you want it, you're just gonna hit cancel. So I'm gonna go back to the original. And it takes me back to my list of videos. Now, one of the other things I wanted to show you is that when you go into the editor, you can actually add music in here. So I created this video and it had no sound to it. So it's just directions. So you can see I'm just pointing at places, and at some point there are, I have words on here, but there's no sound. So if I want to, inside of here, I have this little music icon and I can add audio. They give you audio that you can try, that you can play. I don't think I would pick that. If you find something that you like, and my video is 1:32 and it tells you how long that these are, so I might be able to use this one. Okay, and if I decide I like it, now all this is free to use, so I would just add to video. So now I have this amazing music that's already in there that makes it sound pretty good. Now you can actually slide the slider and it will take you back to what I originally had, which was nothing. So if I like it, I'm just gonna hit save changes. And now my video has a music on it. So when people go to view the video, they're gonna hear that music in the background since I didn't have any words or music on there. So that is another option. Do we have any questions about the editing tool yet?
We have a question from Darlene about how do we upload into the Google Classroom, but I'm imagining you're going to cover that later.
I am going to cover that later. So, and it's funny. So I changed this. You can see that it says this video is being processed. You have to come back later. There is some time with these. You have to give them time to change. And if you're like me, you're very impatient. Heather, that magic music button, when you're in the editor, is right here. It looks like a music note. You have to hit the little down caret to expand, and then it says audio, and it should open for you. It should open some music choices for you. Now it also has this, sorry, that's Rachel. It also has some up here, you can browse another library, which is nice. It's just mostly audio music. So if you have something that you would like in here, these are all new ones in here. I've used a couple of these and they're pretty cool. So it just gives you a little more options range for your videos. and I don't have any templates. This is to put it in a playlist or a channel or subscribe, but I don't have any templates that I use. So that's just an option. And like I said, if you choose to blur, it's actually going to take you into another setting. So those are the basics of the editor. The editor, I'm telling you, is pretty cool, and it's really not that difficult to use, but you do have to play with it. I love the trim button. Down at the bottom, when you get to the area that you want to split, one thing that's nice is that it makes you do a preview before you can save it. You can't just save it. It wants you to preview it before you can save it, and you can discard changes. So any questions on editing the videos? Because I think those are 2 or 3 simple things that you can do. You can blur, you can crop things out of your videos, and you can add some music if you would like.
Cheryl would like to know, where can you get music from if you don't like their choices?
That's a good question. I've actually never tried to upload my own music through YouTube. I just haven't, because they give me some choices and I usually just pick the ones that they have. I'm trying to remember which videos I wasn't using. So, and I've never seen an option where you can bring your own audio in, but that doesn't mean that you can't do it.
Okay, so today we're going to be doing the Google Slide.
Yeah, I've never seen an option where you can add your own music in here, and I think that's for copyright reasons. If I do that, I usually use a different editing tool if I want to use my own music. But I've never seen it in here. I'm not saying you can't do it, because I'm sure it's possible with all the extensions and everything else they have, but I've never done it, and I'm very careful about copyright and not using other people's music. So you just want to be careful if you are, because I know you can use a certain amount of time from a clip. I think it's 15 seconds or something, and then it's not a copyright infringement, but I would just be careful. Now, I don't know if all of you know this, but once you have your videos up, it actually automatically, I'm sorry, I need to go back. You're going to want to hit the YouTube to view it on YouTube. Once you view this on YouTube, if it has words, of course I had to pick the one video that I don't have any words in. So let's go back to this Pear Deck. You have a closed captioning. This is very prescriptive. So if I turn the closed captioning on and I turn it on,
So
I can see that it's actually trying to read prescriptively what she's saying. You need to be careful here, because I've read some of these sometimes for myself, and it is not, I'm pretty sure that she didn't say hair Dexicom. So those are things that you're going to have to be careful of, because you can go back and you can edit that out. It takes a lot of time. This is not something that is done quickly, especially with that tool. If you don't have anybody in there that you're worried about the closed captioning, then you should be fine. But I'm just saying you need to be careful when you look at that closed captioning. Yes, Lauren, it's like auto text. It is definitely like auto text. And I just changed my closed captioning, and now I can't remember, why did I not write it down? Because I did it in my Google Sites, because the words were wrong. I had to go in and make sure the words were right in the Google Sites. And apparently the way I say certain words are not pronounced correctly for my auto closed captioning. So just be careful. And I'll add that into the YouTube slide where that's at. I'll take a picture and I'll put that in there, because I don't know why I can't think of it off the top of my head right now. So are there any questions about that so far? Because we've actually gone over a lot, and I'm giving you a lot to do. So just want to make sure, is there nothing else? Oh, sharing your videos. So that's the last part that I have. So once you have your videos done, you can go back over to your YouTube account. Sharing your videos is actually very easy. So if I go into this Youngstown, into the water, and these are videos that I want to share, or I want to share my playlist, you have a share button here. If you click on your share button, you can actually embed it into a website if you have one. You can email it to people if you would like. You also have the social media, so I can put this on Twitter, which would connect to you can see my Twitter account, and it actually gives a prompt that you might want to put in there. Or you can just copy the link and then you can paste it into whatever place you want to share it. So sharing your videos is important. You just need to make sure that you know that you're going to use the share button. Even if you have a video from somebody else, like this brain pop video, if I wanted to share it with a bunch of people, you want to go to the share button right below that video, and it gives you all of your options on how to share. So if I wanted email, it's going to take me out to email. It's going to prompt me to start typing some names. So Sharon Reagan, I would put a subject in here, and there's my YouTube video, and I would just hit send. I'd hit send, and it would share that video. So they're very easy to share, but you can also copy and paste into whatever platform. If you're using Class Dojo, you can copy and paste it right in there with no problems.
Tiffany, there's Kristen asked, is there a way to put it into Google Classroom? So could you possibly show us?
There's nothing left that I want to cover for you guys. I think that's about it. So are there any other questions?
Tiffany, Kristen asked, is there a way to put it into Google Classroom? So could you show us from start to finish?
Just be sure that, like I said, if you start to subscribe to a channel, that you share the channel with me instead of one video, so I can open it for all the students. If you have a channel for yourself, let me know, and I'll make sure I open that up so the students, when they come back, if they have a Chromebook, they can always see the videos that are in your channel. Kristen, which part do you want to put into Google Classroom, the playlist or the channel?
Channel.
So your channel, what I would have them do is I would actually have them subscribe to your channel, is what I would do. So when I go into my channel, I would make them click on, it will say subscribe for them, and then they will automatically get the videos. If you put them into a playlist, I think that's a better way, like I said, for them to see them, because if you have a playlist, it forces them to watch them in a certain order. Where I have all of these videos, they could go into my channel and pick any of these videos that they wanted to watch. If you create a playlist, it's much more scripted for what they're going to follow. So if I would go into my wildfires, which is what I shared with some students before, those were the 2 videos I wanted them to watch. Your playlist can be your videos and other people's videos. Your channel can only be videos that you create. So your channel are videos that you create. A playlist can be a montage of different types of videos. They don't necessarily have to be yours. Are there any other questions?
So Tiffany, this is Heather.
Rachel and Andrea, did I miss anything that I should probably share?
No, I don't think so. I think you got everything.
I think that's good. Just if you wouldn't mind, I know you clicked the copy button, but maybe if you could go into Google Classroom for people that aren't super.
Okay, well, I hope this helps you get started on your YouTube. I just want you to keep in mind, there are some little glitches with YouTube, and they are working on it. So let's hope that by the end of this week that those are all fixed. If you want, this will be recorded and we can watch it later.